hone your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room.
Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Urban Avenger and today I'm bringing you a little bit of a different video. So the Battlefront 2 beta has come and gone and finally ended today on October 11th. So I believe it is time for me to bring you my final thoughts and what I think so far of the game. Now this is a beta, so things are possible to change. There's going to be updates coming before the final launch. So none of this is set in stone, but this is what I think so far. So as of right now, I love the space combat. The space combat is a huge improvement over the first game. And one of the biggest things that I like about it is the fact that you're no longer stuck on the x-axis. You actually have full control over your ship, over when you want to roll, where you want to roll. You have an actual horizontal control of your ship. Whereas before you could only turn left, right, up or down. Now you can actually go upside down, whichever way you want. And any kind of evasive maneuvers you have to do manually, which does increase the skill gap and makes it a lot more fun, especially when you're trying to avoid those pesky lock-on missiles. The only little thing I don't like about the space combat and actual vehicle combat in general is it seems like still the light side characters and light side vehicles do have kind of a favorability, more or less, because the X-Wing and the Y-Wing are both able to heal themselves. They both have like an astromech ability which allows them to heal and repair their ship, which would be more along the lines of something a hero ship would have, but not just a regular infantry ship, which you see here. I just was able to heal myself right up back to full health in less than a second, just like that from near death. So that's pretty ridiculous, because if you know what you're doing, you can stay alive for a very long time. Whereas again, for the Imperial side and the CIS side as well, which is the droids, the only real defensive move you have is just the speed boost. So all you have is what you know how to do, which is the rolling barrel rolls, diving in and out of the combat. You have that, and then you have a speed boost. There's no shields, there's no regeneration, only the light side has that. And not even, from what I can tell, not even the dark side heroes have that ability. So that seems kind of one-sided to me. So maybe they'll patch that, because that's very similar to in the first game where only the light side characters had shields, which is a pain in the butt to deal with. So again, you know, there seems to be some kind of favorability there. Although I do have to say, as far as the dark side characters and the dark side ships go, they have a lot more firepower. As you can see here with this tri-droid? Oh gosh. What is this thing called again? I think it's called a tri-droid. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong or whatever in the comments below. But yeah, this thing has basically all offense capabilities, and it is a beast, especially in ship-to-ship combat. But maybe that's their way of making up for that defensive gap between the light side and the dark side. But anyways, that's what I think so far in the space combat and aerial combat. It's good, I like it, but that's just that one little thing that bothers me. Other than that, infantry combat doesn't really bother me too much. One thing that does bother me about infantry combat isn't so much infantry combat alone, but is objective gameplay. In the first game, you could capture an objective. While you're capturing, you could shoot, defend yourself while you're doing so. But as you see here, in order to capture this room and capture this objective point, I have to be actively looking at the objective and holding down square. So all this stuff is going behind me. I can hear Darth Maul. I can hear him going back to, you know, fucking shit up. But I can't see it because I'm stuck looking at this stupid square panel, waiting for the objective to complete. So I kind of wish you could at least move around, like near the objective point, and still capture it instead of having it force you to look right there directly at the point. So that's one little thing I like about that. But as far as group combat and as far as balancing as far as infantry goes, I do feel it's pretty good, because that is depending on what weapon you're using, what class you're using, and also your star cards that you have, because obviously some star cards are going to make things better for a certain class than they are for other classes. But it seems pretty balanced so far. Everything seems pretty good with it. I like it. There doesn't seem to be any kind of unfair advantage to either side. You pretty much have the same access to everything. Only thing that's different is you're playing either as a droid, MTAR, or whatever skin you want to have. The heroes seem pretty well balanced. They both have their perks. They both have their advantages. Such as Darth Maul being very, very strong offensively, and Rey seems to be more of a smarter and a little bit more defensive character, using her ability to see around walls and see enemies, kind of like wall hacking like Boba Fett has. So the heroes seem to be pretty well balanced, so I do like that. That's pretty good. Infantry combat seems pretty well balanced to me, so I can't really say anything bad there. I do like it. Moving on from that, hero gameplay. Hero gameplay is a big improvement. You're actually able to regenerate health, which is very good, but they were smart about it. Your health threshold has a certain maximum amount. For Darth Maul, I believe his max health is 700, and your health goes down to about half of that. Once it goes below half of that, your max health also decreases. So as you see here, even though I'm regenerating health, I've already taken a good point of damage so that my max health has been slightly reduced. I can no longer go back to a full 700 health. So it kind of makes it so that you still have to play pretty carefully with the hero. Along with that, the heroes are a lot stronger. They have a lot stronger abilities. Like for Darth Maul alone, his Force Stroke ability is able to affect multiple enemies. Same with Darth Maul, we saw Darth Vader we saw in the extra trailer we saw for Battlefront 2. There was another trailer that released like a few days ago. His Force Stroke ability also affects multiple people. So they're definitely making the characters a lot stronger. Boba Fett is also a lot stronger than before. His missile barrage is a force to be reckoned with. No pun intended there. But yeah, it is very strong and it is very, very menacing. I do feel like the characters, as far as the heroes, even the light side, Han Solo with his detonite charge, is really, really strong and powerful. So it makes it very fun to use. And even though you can regenerate health, you can still die pretty quickly. And if you take too much damage, you can't regenerate to full health. So it is pretty balanced. See here again with Darth Maul. Now my max health will be about half of his full health because I just took a grenade to the face. So you have to be careful with them. Even though they're very strong now, they're much stronger than before, you still have to be careful with them, and a good team of competent players can take you out quite quickly. So I like that they did that. That makes it feel a lot more balanced and a lot more enjoyable, and it feels like there's more of a chance, a fighting chance for the infantry. They actually are able to stand up against the heroes now, whereas before if you saw one, you knew you were basically screwed. So that's definitely an improvement there. As far as weapons go, all the weapons seem pretty well balanced except for the E4. The E4 is still very, very strong. However, it is tied only to the infiltration ability, which is a specialist ability only. And the specialist ability happens to be the class with the least amount of health as well. So in order to use that weapon, you have to use the specialist class. And they're not really one to get up in your face very much, and they don't really have the health to do so anyways, so it doesn't really benefit them using that weapon too much. You can get on some cool streaks because it hides you from the radar, that ability you can get in there close, but once they find out where you are, you're in danger, because once they get close to you, even though you have the E4, you can't take nowhere near as much punishment as the other troops can. They can take 50 to almost 100 more damage than you can because you only have 100 health as a specialist. So that seems pretty well balanced, as long as they find you. If they don't find you, you can definitely do some crazy damage behind enemy lines. But Christian Johansson, who happens to be the weapons designer for Battlefront 2, has spoken on Twitter and said that there is going to be a balancing patch for that weapon, or the fact that I believe it's already been done, it just didn't make it into the beta. So we'll see when the full game releases how they treat that weapon. Maybe it's going to be a little bit weaker, maybe it'll be just as strong, but instead it's going to have a overheat mechanic, because that's another thing that makes it very powerful right now, is the fact that it doesn't overheat. You can shoot it often and as much as you want, and when you get a kill it refreshes the ability too. So essentially, if you're not spotted by the enemy, you could go forever with the E4 and the specialist class. So I can definitely see what people are saying is a little bit overpowered. I don't think it's the weapon itself, but the actual ability that hides you from the radar plus gives you that weapon is what makes it a bit overpowered. But we'll see what they do in the patch and see how they fix that. I do like that Christian Johansson and the Star Wars Battlefront 2 team is being pretty active on Twitter and communicating with the fan base and letting them know what's going on. I do like that. They've already posted out some things about how there's going to be more patches coming up. There's going to be more balancing things. So that's pretty good. That's always good when they're listening to the fans and listening to the players. It's always a good thing. The biggest thing that I feel is going to hinder the game's popularity is the star card system. So all the progression, just like in the first Battlefront game, is wrapped mostly around the star cards. Star cards are what grants you new abilities, upgraded abilities, possibly new weapons is how you get them as well. So all your progression is based around the star cards. You do challenges to unlock the star cards, was what in the first game. Now in Battlefront 2, according to the beta, from what we've seen, all your unlocks for that is through loot crates. You either have to buy loot crates or earn them by doing certain challenges. But even then, if you earn the loot crate, it's still a loot crate. You're not guaranteed to get the specific item you want. So I don't really care for that system. It would have been better if loot crates were just cosmetic only, and that's the way I think it should be. But the fact that they included all the weapons and star cards into that system kind of hinders the game's potential, I think. So hopefully they might have some time to change that around. But the fact that it's already there in the beta, and it's kind of in your face in the beta, and they already have all the menus things for that, I highly doubt that's going to change before the game's launch. So that might be my biggest downside with the game. But other than that, that is going to wrap it up for my overall opinion on the game. I hope you guys maybe agree with me. If you don't, leave a comment below saying what you think differently. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and you I guess that's it. Yeah, that is gonna wrap it up. Don't forget that we are doing a giveaway. The winner is gonna be revealed on Friday, so this is gonna be my last video until Friday. So this is your last chance to enter for that $25 gift card for Xbox, PS4, or Steam. So all you have to do is comment below your gamer tag and your gaming platform, so you can win a gift card. And we're also going to be giving away a free copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2 when it comes out November 15th or 17th, November 17th. So all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and be active. So comment below on videos, like videos, participate in polls and giveaways, and that'll give you a chance to enter for that giveaway to win the Battlefront 2 copy. Mind you, it is a digital copy. I'm not going to drive all the way to who knows where to deliver a copy. It'll be a digital copy that I give you the code. But other than that, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Repel the rebels' assault.